special delivery.
Whoa!
Hey guys. Back end works, yeah. Look at her.
Well, the Miller Multimatic 255 is a multi-process machine. So you have GMAW, SMAW, GTAW, all the processes that you're going to need for your shop.
DC and AC TIG.
Just DC.
DC.
Yeah.
Right on.
And it has all the accessories to work with.
Oh, that's awesome. Nice.
Lightweight and portable at 80 or 90 pounds or so. Without wire in it.
Got a list.
You know, it's great timing because we are literally moving into our new shop next week. And so
Fantastic. Can't wait to see it.
I know, it's really cool. It's about 3 times the size of this place. Was this a demo unit?
It was.
Yeah. Nice.
We have about 5 of these things. They came into our Richmond branch.
Uh-huh.
And we have a pretty good discount on these right now.
Nice. So, a friend of mine had the Multimatic 220, which had the AC TIG. So this one's just more horsepower, DC TIG.
Correct.
Do they do an AC TIG version of this?
Not of this particular machine, it's smaller.
Right.
The Multimatic 220.
Right, that's the one Jake
Yeah,
had.
that's the only, like, all processes, all the stuff.
Yeah. And honestly, the TIG feature on that machine wasn't the AC TIG. It wasn't great.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
Like,
kind of like
sort of like they just added that feature.
a little bit of everything, but not.
Right, exactly. It's such a common problem.
But it's great for somebody that's wants a little bit of everything.
Right. How to install wire in a MIG machine by the most overqualified person on the East Coast. So this is that 045
Metal core.
metal core.
Yeah.
So what would someone turn to that for?
That's going to give you, when you're done welding, it'll look like solid wire weld.
Cool.
Even though it's got a core to it, it's not a flux core where you've got slaggage involved.
Right, okay.
And so you'll gain speed and metal deposit. So it'll put down more wire, more
Yeah.
steel in the same amount of,
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So this could be something that replaces multi-pass.
potentially.
An increased deposition rate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making the job go faster.
And can you travel faster then?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Wow.
With
And
not a great deal of pressure.
less pressure, I see. Because otherwise you'll crush it.
Correct.
When we were doing our welder drag race, we've got some.
Frank, I'm going to turn you up to 38 or 40.
Okay. There's no arc sense in a few seconds, it'll go in the job.
Got it.
And just goes full speed.
Because it knows what you're trying to do.
Right.
Trying to feed it.
Oh, smart.
It is smart. Nice big bright screen.
Yeah.
Whoa, that screen is
And
huge.
you've got a jog there too if you want to just feed a
Nice.
little bit of wire and purge for a second.
Hey, there we go.
Clearly.
They've been listening.
We've been ranting about a dedicated purge
The
button.
purge button
Yeah.
on the front is so
And it's not
great.
buried in a menu, it's right
Gosh,
there.
yeah, that's amazing. All right. Looks like baling wire. So what's the core?
Metal powder mostly.
Ah,
And chemicals.
It's got some,
and chemicals.
I guess.
It's the same chemicals in the solid wire.
I like your welding jacket.
Yeah.
I love it protects my pants a little bit better than the shorter jackets.
Goes down past the valuables, I like it.
My name is David Chenault. I'm with Arc3 Gases. I'm regional manager for Southwest Virginia.
All right. And people have already seen you.
You know me, I'm Frank Ray, outside sales for Arc3 Gases
All
in
right.
Roanoke, Virginia.
And I'm Tay Whiteside with Lift Arc Studios. I'm just a welder. We are running 045 metal core wire at, is that setting accurate?
It is.
26 volts and 250 inches per minute. This is set for what thickness would you say?
We're going to try it on your 1/4 inch first.
Just lay flat?
We're going to do a fillet weld, if that's all right.
Sure. You can buy these at Arc3, can't you?
Absolutely.
We can.
Strong hand. All right, here we go. What a cool sound. Now, is this at all similar to like spray transfer?
We will be in spray transfer. For metal core, we're always using the push technique.
Always pushing, okay. So are you more probably going to do it just constant feed, or, I mean, I defaulted to a little kind of push and circle back.
I default to a stringer bead, just go straight across.
Yeah.
But any techniques works.
Because you're depositing more metal, so the old solid wire, the reason you would move around is to kind of spread the weld a little further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This would probably make sense that you wouldn't really have to do that anymore.
Try your next one with a stringer bead.
All right.
This wire, you want about a 3/4 of an inch stick out.
A little more, okay.
Yeah.
Can I go faster?
That looks good. Actually. Yeah, as long as you're on the leading edge of the puddle, it's good.
Yeah, very
So
pretty.
instead of a weave to get the amount of material, you adjust your travel speed. You get your bead
longer-
width that you want, then maintain that.
So if
But
you
you're-
linger more, it'll be wider.
Yeah.
Okay, just on its own.
Beautiful.
That's really pretty. Now, what is this? Is that some flux or? Oh, it just comes right off.
Just little Silicon Islands.
Yeah, Silicon Islands.
Yeah.
I hear that's beautiful in the winter.
Yeah. Solid wire, you've probably seen it before too, little glassy looking
Yeah.
spots.
Right.
It's silica that's in there to help if there's any minor impurities,
Yeah.
but also to make it smooth wetting in. So
Right.
you get that with the metal cores.
Man, that's pretty.
So Frank is right. This increased deposition rate helps you put down more metal faster. It's
Yeah.
also a more efficient wire, so there's less loss in spatter.
Nice.
So a short arc, you're losing.
Oh
quite a
yeah,
bit
there
of
doesn't
spatter.
seem to be
It
any
didn't
spatter.
shoot off any really
Spatter
at all.
blows. Really, I mean, it's the one metric that is immediately obvious with any new machine.
Yeah.
Like, what's the spatter like? Because
No,
if I can't control it, then I just want to throw the machine to the
Yeah.
side. It's just so infuriating.
Now the limitations of this wire is because it is a spray transfer, it has to be done flat in horizontal position only.
You can't do uphill because it'll just drip.
Correct.
It's pretty.
So you're finished.
Yeah.
Your cleanup is
I mean, that's why people choose TIG over MIG, right? Sometimes it's that you don't have to come back. So if you had the speed and convenience of MIG with no cleanup.
So we'll get you some sort of rotating table for your handrails, and you can put it in flat horizontal position every time.
Ah.
Wow, that's advanced. So you want to try some 11 gauge tube?
I would like to see that, yes. Now we're going to need to dial you in a little bit smaller, a little bit less on the voltage, maybe a little bit less on the wire feed speed.
Now, is there a chart for a wire we're running right now?
If there is, I haven't used it.
I see. Okay.
Just right here is what I've been using.
Gotcha. So remember that 26,250 for 1/4 inch on
Okay.
045.
The voltage will be fairly steady because a 045 wire needs a certain voltage to run.
I see.
We're going to change our heat with the wire feed speed.
You just introduce less wire into the well. And maybe I move a little faster, huh?
And this is my best guess. We may have to dial in a little bit further.
Well, you're the guy. You're wearing the lab coat, Doc.
Yeah, I know.
Anybody can buy a
You've
lab.
run the tests.
We are still a little hot for this material.
Gotta be really careful at the end there. It was hard that time to get a sense of what the puddle was looking like.
Yeah.
I wanted to linger, but it felt really hot, so I didn't want to linger.
Let's turn it down a bit.
All right. More important to cut the ball off of this every time.
Yeah. And it wastes wire, but some other customers I have, they like the metal core because it breaks really easy.
Ah.
It is
And they don't have to
You
reach
forget
for
your-
the pliers, but they're throwing away 6 or 8 inches of wire every time. But
That's okay.
yeah, reach for the pliers.
Yeah, reach for the pliers.
For this next pass, try to direct it about a wire diameter towards the lower basement.
Okay.
and let it roll up to the
And out of 45, more or less?
That'll be good.
Oh, I see.
A little faster. Keep going.
Yeah, it's gonna take some getting used to. I was real heavy on it in the beginning,
Yeah.
but it started to make sense here.
You see the potential.
Yes, oh yeah. It's like learning to ride the bike all over again. Certainly does feel like it's something for much thicker metal stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's home, it's
Absolutely.
comfortable home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I would want multiple passes when I start getting heavier than 3/8.
yeah, okay. 3/8 single pass all
3/8
day.
single pass. Yes.
Yeah, cool. Well, that's when we'll switch.
All right.
1/4 inch 3/8, we'll run that. Cool.
This wire is manufactured as Select Arc, and that is one of our preferred.
Okay, nice. Select Arc Incorporated
Select arc at arc 3.
by Lift Arc.
But lift arc chooses select arc at arc 3.
I put that together in my head the other day. I'm like, it makes a lot of sense.
Lift arc 3.
Lift Arc 3. Well, do you want to switch over? I mean, listen, it's a Miller. I kind of feel like I know what it's going to do with solid wire, but
Yeah. Well, just getting you familiar with the controls is really what we
yeah,
need to
that's
do.
what I'd like to do, is be a part of the changeover and the setup here.
Right now, we're just in manual controls.
Sure.
So I want you to know more about how to really use this machine, maybe in pulse.
Great. Okay. Cool.
We really do love making solid wire. We feel like it does the best job for our customers.
Yeah, it's the nicer stuff we just got last time. We bought the nicest stuff you had, and it is smooth, happy.
We'll need to change your drive rolls.
Got it. Now on this machine, the number that's facing out is the one it's using, right?
That is correct.
On the wheel.
That is correct. Just like it's the same series drive rolls as your other machine.
Oh yeah, it sure is. It ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Right.
All right, so 035, this is what I've welded on for years and years and years. 25, 30 CFH still?
Yes.
Hit that hurt, bud.
28.
28, that's right in the middle. So, you mentioned a pulse setting here.
And I'm going to let Frank.
Okay,
Take you on
so
that.
I guess one thing that we probably didn't mention, we were using 9010 gas for the metal core.
Right,
And you need the higher argon for anytime you're doing spray transfer.
right.
As compared to 7525.
Gotcha.
Also need 9010 if you're going to do any pulse.
Okay.
But you can use 9010 for short circuit also.
So you can
So
just
you
use
could-
9010 across
Yes.
the board.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've got an auto set, which you're familiar with probably with
Yep.
your other machines, where you pick out your
So it's showing 25.
mild steel
yeah.
was 7525, so we would just change it to C10,
Got it.
and then it shows you how to hook up, make sure your wire drive is in the positive, which is hard to see right there, positive, and then ground for negative. Your wire selection,
Or
35, and then material thickness.
Do
do
11,
there.
11 gauge.
Yeah. So as you change,
Yeah.
it changes. If you decided you wanted more or less, it'll tell you if you're out of range.
Nice.
But it doesn't stop you from doing whatever you want. And so then with auto set off,
Well,
you're
it's-
like we were previously.
Okay,
where,
so it doesn't
yeah,
stay.
you would still select your wire diameter and type, but you're setting it wherever you want it.
Right.
And then
Turn it back on.
so in pulse, we highlight that. It says use 9010 gas.
Huh?
So you have your inches per minute, which it's going to be set for you because we're still in auto set. We are using 035, and then you select your material thickness.
Mm-hmm.
Your arc length and voltage are as you increase voltage, your arc length changes directly.
Okay.
So they've got it set because we're still in auto set, and you can adjust that, and you can weld a little bit and you can change it so you can see what it looks like as you change it. But you're going to notice the wire is going to burn off faster or slower. You're going to have a wider cone or a shorter cone
Right.
as welding, and then but it's easy. You just push the button to turn
Nice.
on the pulse.
And the use case primarily for pulse MIG is what? Less
So-
heat input?
Right, so you've got you can imagine your total amps on a scale, and that pulse is however many times per second that you're not at the full amps.
Right.
So you're putting less heat into the material, but still accomplishing the same
It's still melting the wire.
bead profile, and get penetration. So
Cool.
you can slow it down for thinner material, or if you've got different size material that you're putting together, that can be difficult sometimes to concentrate on one side and not the other so that you don't burn through. The pulse just makes that like easy,
Non-issue.
flawless, and it gives you really nice bead profiles.
Cool.
When you're done just doing regular welding. So a lot of people use the pulse just because it makes them look like
They know
they're
what
better
they're
at
doing.
welding. Yeah.
With the spray transfer in pulse spray, it's virtually spatter free, and the pulse allows you to weld out of position if it's set right.
Nice. Yeah.
So what he previously talked about flat horizontal only in spray, the pulse allows you to have the best of
Take
both
that anywhere.
worlds. You
Yeah.
can spray out of position.
Well, that's really important for us because we do all sorts of,
Yeah.
all over the place. Okay, so we are on, we're doing pulsed MIG with solid wire, 035 Lincoln Select Arc solid wire. We're still running 9010 gas. We've got it set on the auto set for 14 gauge, 035, and 50 on the arc length.
Yes, the arc length is set at 50, and we'll let you weld with that, and then we can adjust the arc length so you can see what it does.
Okay, I'm
But-
just gonna do a few tacks first. Whoa.
Oh,
Now just run. You push, pull, does it matter? Pushing
solid
with this.
wire, so you're going to be either straight on or a slight push.
Slight push.
That's a fragile joint. That's my fault. I'm filling a gap, which isn't the best use.
That's not a good fit up, and you did a pretty nice job doing it.
Oh yeah, well that's everything we do here.
Here, let's try this. This is a lot better.
There we go.
yeah.
So it seems a little crowny.
Yeah. Let me turn up your arc length.
Does that mean I pull away from it?
You leave your technique the same, but you'll notice
It's
the
wider.
cone will
Oh,
get bigger.
I see. Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Minor. I do notice a lot of spatter here. So is there a tuning?
Where arc is still a little short. I
Yeah.
think we need to get a little bit more arc length.
So we're at
Dial up a
60.
little bit more.
Going fast.
It's kind of cold shot it a little bit, but that's because I'm moving a little too fast. I'm also trying not to blow through here. Let's try. The reason I did this, I'm going to do this. So now we're welding 14 gauge to quarter, which is what you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you set that up?
So we would go 1/4 inch. So let's set it for quarter, and then see how.
Okay.
Set it for quarter, and let's aim directly heat towards the
Yep.
base plate.
Right.
Keep it mostly aimed at the base.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Interesting.
Just kind of going straight.
Can I move it around at all?
I just run stringer beads, but
Yeah.
Slowed it down that time. It's a little more consistent. Yeah.
Nice looking there.
Cool.
That is a nice looking weld.
It's not me. It's the machine. Not much spatter, really. I had spatter spray it, that would come right
Yeah,
off.
and you can see not such a big ball on the end of the arc, the end of the wire.
Nice. Cool. It's modern art.
you
Thank you. I made it small.
It's $300.
It's
I'll
in
submit that to the American Welding Society art show.
yeah.
It's a A for Lift Arc 3.
For Arc 3.
Lift Arc 3, yeah.
We'll just,
You know MIG without pulse. But,
right.
I mean,
when we get to, you know, some funky weldments, you know, out of position, variable thickness stuff,
yeah,
that'll be where we
test
start
it
to
out,
fine
play
tune it.
with it.
Yeah.
And I think you'll really love it with the aluminum on the spool gun.
Yeah.
That's where pulse really shines.
Yeah, right. It won't be push-pull.
No,
It'll
it's
be just pulsed.
Yeah, it's the spool gun.
Yeah, cool.
That's
that would be a big one.
Yeah.
We need to redeem ourselves after our last spool gun video. We used this haggard 10-year-old cheap Lincoln spool gun that
Oh, yeah.
made us look
Haggard.
not great.
Like haggard 10-year-olds.
Yeah. Well, fellas, thank you so much. We're excited
Yeah.
to run this thing through its paces over the next few months.
Cool. Now, Lauren is asking for a picture with you and us presenting the machine.
Great.
Can we do that?
Yeah, here's my phone.